What's good with it, y'all? Y'all already know what to do, man. Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Let's dive into this, man. So I'm gonna be real honest, with y'all. I'm highly disappointed. Definitely, I'm sure there's gonna be more news to come on this. Obviously, didn't want to be the first to report on it, but I had to give my take on it, man. Just because, again, it's a terrible look, man. Topic of today is Ja Morant. Man's is back in headlines once again. Unfortunately, it's not for the greater good or for some good news. It's for some more bad news. A1, what you talking about? A1, what you mean? What you done? I'm sure y'all done heard by now. What I'm saying that the Memphis Grizzlies have suspended Ja Morant from all Memphis Grizzly activity, and he is under investigation once again for them saying supposedly or allegedly um, brandishing a firearm or some form of weapon in the Instagram video live. Again, I have to say allegedly because it's not confirmed, but I mean, if you got two eyes that are functional and work, you know what you're seeing, you know what it is. Highly disappointed in this young man. He already had, what I'm saying, went through the suspension. And what did they do? You know what I'm saying? The media, everyone, all of the above eviscerated this man, but at the same time, they was able to give him a little bit of grace. You know what I mean? Chalked it up to being young and naive, young and dumb, trying to be in the culture, living the culture of that life, as we want to call it, living that life. When we all know, you're not living that life, man. You got a 5 year, $194.3 million deal. You had a 12 million. You just signed a $12 million multi-year deal with Nike. You had an endorsement deal with Powerade, but they didn't went ahead and what I'm saying, retracted all the videos that had anything to do with John Morant. They took all the things off of their campaign situation. Nike at this point, again, I'm not talking into existence, but the unfortunate thing is, I think they're gonna pull the plug on them as well. Just because again, they don't want to have their brand surrounded by the negativity of it. You see, they got rid of Kyrie Irving over the minor situation he had, him not even doing nothing or saying nothing, just retweeting something. We all know what that was. You know what I mean? But they got rid of him over that situation, and unfortunately, the next one up that we're gonna see that's gonna bite the dust as far as fumbling the bag is gonna be John Morant. I think they're gonna go ahead and move on from him and wash their hands of it. You know what I'm saying? One time they can forgive it. Second time, come on, man. Like this at this point now, all the people that backed you, supported you, gave you that grace, extended that olive branch of saying, chalking it up to being young or whatever the case may be. I think that's up out of the window at this point because you're doing the exact same thing. You know what I mean? Definition of insanity is repeating the same thing, hoping for a different outcome. I mean, and again, we gotta wait to see more to come out on it, man. But this is just my thing. Why put yourself and in a situation to leave it up to interpretation or assumption of what you was doing or what that was that you may have been holding. You know what I mean? So you literally, no pun intended, you cheddar bobbing your whole career at this point, bro. You put in everything and all the things, you know what I mean, that you worked extremely hard for, including sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, time away from your family, your pops, all the investment he made into you and things of that nature. Again, from a dad standpoint, you putting all that in jeopardy and you treating it as if it don't mean nothing because you're doing the exact same thing that already almost cost you, you know what I'm saying, a potential, your career to some degree and potentially your freedom. Obviously, all the little minor details that went on behind the scenes there in regards to it. And if you don't know too much about what I'm referencing, I'm not gonna speak that back to light. I would just advise you to go look into it a little bit deeper, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But at this point, what are we seeing? We seeing somebody literally repeat and do the exact same thing, the exact same thing. Hell, it's even worse this time. And I would say at this point, man, you got to look at the people that surround you, bro. Like what type of person that you running with that you can call your friend, your homie, your partner, your piece, your brother, whatever you want to call him. Why in the hell would that person be dumb enough to literally put something on the gram or put you on video that's gonna put you in a compromising position? Like that person, he got to be up out of there. That's worse than going y'all doing a crime together and he go tell him like that's worse than that. He putting you in ultra 4K, 8K, whatever y'all want to call it. You know what I'm saying? In full effect, bro, for the people to see what it is you're doing or what you got your hands on. He literally putting you in harm's way. He putting your career, your family. He jeopardized. Like he literally like, come on, man. Like there ain't no amount of stupidity in this world that could say, you know what I'm saying, knowing the situation you just went through, that's gonna say, hey, let me go ahead and pick this camera up and put you back on social media for something that almost cost you everything. For you, bro, like honestly, like I say this, man. Everybody know if you live in that life, one thing you not doing is you not brandishing it like that in front of the public, let alone on social media like that. This new day and age, and these I ain't even say these youngsters, man. Just the mind frame of like you want to become trending on something stupid, but then you don't want to deal with the consequences that come from it. You know what I mean? There was no God, like, no John Gotti's. You know what I'm saying? The one to like, you know what I mean? Get their goal. Any gangster's goal is to what? Get money and get out the hood and get away from that life. You, on the other hand, you got out the hood, got money, and you want to go. You want to go and portray that life. That doesn't make sense to me. Any OG that you can speak to that's ever been a part of that, the street life or whatever you want to call it, they ain't never glorified it in that way. When you get older and you look at it from that perspective, what do they say? The one thing they say is, "I don't want no part of that. I want to enjoy life and live it. It ain't fun when you looking over your shoulder all the time. You ain't able to enjoy something when you worried about something coming back from you." And at this point, man, Josh, you throwing opportunities away, bro. You throwing everything out the window. But and even if it come out saying that it wasn't what they alleging that it is, that he allegedly didn't have a gun, regardless of the fact, bro, you painting yourself in a bad light. You putting yourself in a situation where you're gonna become one of them players that's labeled as a how you know what I'm saying, Plexus Colbert in the NFL, how he shot himself with his own gun type, try to bother himself with his own gun. You know what I mean? How you gonna look at a Gilbert Arenas, how they had that, you know what I'm saying, that Agent Zero where he was once face of Adidas and all that kind of stuff, and then his whole situation popped off, and they heard about a gun being in the locker room, and guess what? Off from there, he had a bad reputation from it, bro. It's like the only thing you doing is you literally making, and at this young age, you know what I'm saying, you doing it at an extremely young age. You may have time to be able to bounce back from it over the years and things like that. But one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to get a reputation of being that kind of player that they can't trust. You become an untrustable player as far as obviously you playing in the NBA and the owners, exactly whatever you want to call them, they looking and they can't trust you, bro. They will make the decision to protect their brand over bringing your talent to their team. That's one thing you got to realize. One thing you got to understand. You work too hard to do this, bro. Like I don't understand how people around you, including your pops, ain't able to get this to your head. If Memphis is in their right mind, what they really could do, to be honest with you, they could cut ties and say, and not even pay you out on your contract and say it's detrimental to the team. You're exhibiting behavior that's detrimental to the team and it's a threat to the team. They got clauses and ways to get up out of them contracts when they come to a player doing something like this. They don't have to adhere and fulfill the terms of that contract in a situation like this. These are the things you got to understand. You know what I mean? Maybe this video will get to him. Maybe this video will get to somebody that's around him or whomever, and it do get to him. My thing is, my advice to you: you gotta move smarter and be smarter. And at this point, the thing you just did, bro, that's like the dumbest thing you can do with the timing of it and everything else, bro. That being young and dumb and naive and making mistakes when you're young, hey, for you to make the exact same mistake and then almost be almost more egregious and stuff, yeah, they it's not gonna fly, bro. Yo, yeah, I would say this: your whole bag is on the line, and this gonna be if things go worst case scenario for you, bro. This is gonna be the fumbling of the bag of the millennium, bro. You're gonna find yourself up out of the league and be one of the most talented players that can't even play a game in the U.S. on an NBA team just because what you wanted to quote unquote live that life. Make that make sense, man. Come on now, like ain't no way you can be this naive and dumb to do the same thing, bro. And again, this is all allegedly within my, like I said in the beginning of it. The thing is, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where what you literally are leaving it up to interpretation of someone else. They're assuming or having to make an assumption on what it is that you were trying to portray or what you were doing. Come on, man. And for the people around us, especially for the dude that had that camera, like that's beyond sucker and stuff right there. Like, bro, you gotta go. I ain't no other way around that. Appreciate the time you didn't spend, whatever kind of relationship y'all done had, but it's time to cut ties with that dude. I don't know what else to really tell you about that. Because, like I said, Memphis got the options. You better believe there's language within that contract that they can get up off of it if they need to. There's one way or another, whether they be via trade or whether they decide to just cut you all together. And if they cut you all together and that's that bag, Teams gonna look at the talent and say they can do it and they think they can do it. But then on the same time, if they think it's like for a player in this magnitude of how what you mean to Memphis and to that team and this early on in the game of it, if they cut you from the team, bro, that's gonna make teams extremely hesitant. That's gonna make teams not want to pull that trigger because they're gonna say, okay, this person had a $194 million contract, but he was doing this, and instead of them being able to try and go through any type of not legal matters, but any type of like therapy or working it out or behind the scenes stuff, and they deem the ultimate decision was what to cut this player. Trust me, that's gonna do something to your reputation. That's gonna do something to your ability to be able to play in this league. It ain't gonna be clean slate. Teams gonna look at the talent. Trust me, everybody in the league will say yes to the talent, but the baggage that come with it, nah, bro. There's teams that's willing to pass on that. Definitely teams that's willing to pass on that. They offered Dillian Brooks, so what? Memphis ain't playing around. They offered Dillian Brooks a deal. He turned it down because he wanted to test the free agent market. And what they tell him that he is not coming back under any circumstances. Memphis not playing. They understand what they got. They Memphis is an organization, bro. They is not holding serve or holding their tongues for one player at all. That's what they not gonna do. So again, man, I'm highly disappointed. Y'all probably can hear it in the voice, the video itself. Disappointed as hell. Don't even know what to say because I was one of the people that literally was saying, holding him accountable, but also saying, get your stuff together. You know what I'm saying? We can definitely rock with you as long as you do the right things and make the right moves going forward. You know what I'm saying? All can be forgiven. It won't be forgotten, but it'll definitely be forgiven. And this man that literally, and as far as the community goes, and another young, you know what I'm saying, a man that looked like myself, you know what I'm saying? It's more of a slap in the face type thing, bro. Because it's like when you grow as a man, mature, have a family, and the understanding is you're the provider for that family, then you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure what your family is it has food on the table, roof over their head, and they're taken care of. That's your responsibility as a father, husband. You know what I'm saying? A provider, however you wanna, whatever jacket you wanna put on when it comes to that, that's your responsibility. And then for you to put all that in jeopardy because you want to quote unquote live a life or you want to quote unquote be that guy, and we all know you ain't that guy. Your pops lived that life, so you didn't have to. And we know you ain't around it. You didn't come from it. You got security, bro. It ain't like you running around here just, you know what I'm saying, locked and loaded like that. You have security, bro. The Grizzlies put security around you just for the purposes of protecting their investment because that's what you are to them is you're an investment. Hey, come on, man. You know this, bro. Like I don't even know what else to really say about it, man. It's just it's mind boggling to me. It's confusing. It's I wouldn't even say heartbreaking, but it's definitely disappointing. I think disappointment is worse than being mad. When you disappointed a person, it's like that's like you catching your own partner stealing out your wallet in HD. You know what I mean? You being disappointed because you know so that means that they think low of you. That means they think the lowest of the low of you to steal from their own partner, knowing that they could have just asked you for it and you would have gave it to them. And if you know, you know, you know what I mean. You know if you know, you know exactly what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate you stopping through. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. Matter of fact, yeah, let me know how you feel about this situation. Let me know how you feel about the fact that him doing this and being called for this, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But again, I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. I'll catch y'all on another one.